Yes, people, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. We're here outside St James's Park. Unfortunately, there is no club football this weekend. We've got to wait until next weekend for the return of Premier League action and return of Newcastle United. Thankfully, it is at home as well, St James's Park against Crystal Palace. But before then, it is the international break, the dreaded, boring international break. A friendly on a Friday night against Australia. What the hell is the point in that? And then actually there's an important game next week, slightly, but it is important because we do want to get to the Euros, and we're going to talk about the next Euros after Euro 2024 in just a bit. We'll play Italy next Tuesday when that game actually means something, to qualify for Germany next year, the major tournament. But for now, the Friday night game, pointless, waste of time. And normally I hate the international break, but it's actually been nice for me to just chill out for a little bit for this international break, to be honest with you. There's been loads of content. I did 14 videos last week. You've had 2 days off of me. Right? I've enjoyed the break. You probably have. Sick of my face, I bet. We've had lots going on lately. Loads of content. We've been to Milan. We've been the Sheffields, all the away games. We've had PSG here during the week. We've had City here during the week on the Carabao Cup. So it's been nice just to have a little breather. Only a couple of days and we're back at it with some more videos for you. So if you do enjoy it, please do subscribe and give this one a thumbs up. But for the players as well, I said in my BBC article as well this week, make sure you check that out if you don't already. I do write a weekly article for BBC. It's on BBC Sport on the Newcastle United page, where you can see my Tuesday talking point. This time I was talking about the international break and how it has came at a good time for injuries, but obviously not for momentum, because Newcastle are on a several game unbeaten streak. We've been having a great run of things since the last international break. We've been on fire. Loads of goals, loads of clean sheets, loads of big upsets, if you want to call them that, beating the huge teams in Paris Saint-Germain and obviously knocking Manchester City out of the Carabao Cup. So it's been a phenomenal time for Newcastle in the last month or so, really. So the break, obviously not good for that stretch where we've got loads of momentum, loads of confidence. But I'm sure we can pick that back up. And the big news that I'm hearing at the minute is that, for Crystal Palace next weekend, we could well see the return of Joe Linton, Sven Botman and even Joe Willock to Newcastle United's team. So that would be a huge boost, because at the minute Alexander Isak has had to pull out of international duty for Sweden. He's had to pull out, and hopefully that's just a precautionary and they didn't want it to get it worse. So he's not going to be ruled out for long term for Newcastle United. And then obviously, Kieran Trippier is the only one representing England. No call-ups for Gordon. It's a really good break this for Anthony Gordon. I think he needs this rest because he's been run into the ground. He was suspended against West Ham. So now hopefully he'll be backfiring next Saturday against Palace. And then no Sean Longstaff, no Dan Burn, and then you've got Harry Maguire and Calvin Phillips in there. Absolute joke, shambles. But on Thursday night's live show, we're going to talk about England and everything else. The Newcastle United news show that I bring you every Thursday night, live at 7. Main chances to get you involved in the questions. It's a big Q&A on that live show. We'll just have a bit of crack, so make sure you tune in tomorrow, Thursday night, live at 7, and every single Thursday night after that on the Magpie Channel TV. But Bruno Guimaraes is on international duty with Brazil, and apart from that, there's not a great deal because of these injuries and because of things that's happening. But we're not here to talk about the Palace game next week. We're not here to talk about the international break. We had to talk about this ancient stand behind me, the East Stand. We obviously know it's been here for so long. Look at that mould. It's actually not mould, it's just the material. Well, it does look a bit mouldy as well. Probably shouldn't touch it. Catch something off that. Like going back in time, coming to this stand, and it is very old-fashioned. You can see the pillars and everything, but it is very old-fashioned all around here, and that's obviously a big issue, because to my right is the grey-listed buildings and everything that were having issues with extending the stadium. But the Telegraph did apparently have an exclusive the other day on the expansion of St James's Park, and it did heavily include the East Stand. That is a big part of the plans of the new Newcastle United owners. I say new owners, they've been here 2 years now, of Newcastle United's owners to extend St James's Park. And the Telegraph and everyone else picked up on it and started reporting it that we are set to extend our stadium, St James's Park, to become the second biggest stadium in England. They want to increase the capacity from 52,000 to 65,000. A lot of that relies heavily on developing this stand behind me, the East Stand, because it hasn't been touched for so many years. It's looked the same. Every photo I've ever seen of St James's Park for the last God knows how many years, this stand always seems to be here. The only thing that's changed is the font of the Newcastle United. The only thing that's changed is, thankfully, the Sports Direct signs that have been taken off it now. So, there's lots to change. There's lots to develop. There's lots to improve. in terms of the capacity, mainly. Do you know what I mean? The plan is long term to have it as a big circular stadium, to have the Gallagher Andy stand matching the Leazers and the Milburn stand, and that would be sensational. That would be unbelievable if we could get that, wouldn't it? I mean, imagine that, the whole thing round like that. It would look fantastic. It would look unbelievable. I do think it is obviously an iconic stadium, St James's Park, and it does have that look about it now, that feel about it, where you have got the huge stand for level 7, then it comes back down, you've got the traditional stand. It's alright, but if you want to modernise it and you want to increase the capacity, then this is the way forward to do up the East Stand. So we've heard different ways around doing this. Obviously the huge link is that it's going to become like a glass structure, a glass feature on the East Stand to still allow natural sunlight to hit these buildings behind me, but they want to increase the East Stand, and then obviously just right in the background there, just about say it, the famous Gallagher stand, we want to add capacity to that as well. However, obviously we know the short-term current plans is the fan zone behind the Gallagher, in Strawberry Place. We've done plenty of videos on the fan zone already, so check those out. But that's looking to be opening by April 2024 next year. They want the fan zone open. It's going to be a brilliant experience for fans on a match day, and it'll be open 7 days a week. But long-term, going forward, need to increase the Gallagher stand so we can increase it and get more fans in there. That's the ultimate goal. That's what we want. That's what the fans want, because the demand is there for tickets, and that's what the owners want, because they can increase revenue and everything else that comes with that. You know what I mean? More fans in, more bums on seats, the atmosphere for the players, the revenue for the owners, works well for everyone. Everyone's a winner if we can increase the stadium. And like I said, if it did get increased to 65,000, that seems to be the goal for the East Stand and the Gallagher Stand. They want to increase it to that amount, which would make it the second biggest stadium in the UK behind Old Trafford, and it would leapfrog us above the likes of your West Ham's, where I was at the other day. That's 62,000. You've got obviously the Emirates, Spurs' new stadium. Man City are looking to increase their stadium, but that would take Newcastle over them. Anfield as well. Anfield's still doing that stand. They've been doing their stand for a while, so that would increase St James's Park and make it the second biggest stadium in the country, which would be very nice. That would be a nice little honour to have for now. Then before you know it, keep on building, keep on going as high as we can, as big as we can. Obviously, it's an issue, isn't it, that we are a stadium right in the city centre. It's unique, but it also makes it difficult because you've got the hospital there, you've got these grey listed buildings, you've got all sorts of problems going on with the council and everything else. So it's not easy, the Cathedral on the Hill, to upgrade it, but we need to, because there's that many fans that want to be in the stadium now and who can support the team even more and put more money in the owners' pockets, which will then get invested back in the team, and then more fans can enjoy brilliant nights like last Wednesday against PSG. So it makes sense all round. Now, they're on about getting this stadium ready for Euro 2028 at least. I want it done by then. That's 5 years away. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to wait that long. I don't think it can take that long. Obviously, it will take a good 3 years or something, but I think we can get this stadium well done by then. I don't want it done for the Euros. I want it done for us. Do you know what I mean? I want it done for these Champions League nights. However, it is great news that came out yesterday that England and Ireland are hosting the Euros in 2028. And Wales, it's the UK joint bid there. There's going to be 8 stadiums, 6 are in England, I think it is. St James's Park being one of them. So we are going to welcome some big talents to St James's from across Europe. Shame it's not the World Cup, so you couldn't get your Brazilians there, even though we've already got the GOAT in there, in Joe Linton. You know what I mean? But, the Argentinians and everything else, Messi will be past it by then anyways. But you know what I'm saying? Europe, we're still going to be able to welcome Mbappe again. He won't want to come back, will he? But if France get a group stage game here, he will be. And you'll be seeing some top European talents, your Germanys, your Hollands, your Spains, all coming to St James's. And it's going to be class to have them in a region. I tell you what, 2028, what is some of that's going to be when you have all these fans and players and everyone else from around Europe in the northeast. It's going to be brilliant, and that's tremendous news for the region in terms of what that'll bring in as well commercially. And everyone's a winner. Your local restaurants, bars, hotels, they're all going to be thriving in that summer of 2028. So it's amazing that we are going to be hosting the Euros in 2028. It's going to be fun, exciting times. And like I said, bringing some big names, but we're already bringing them. We're in the Champions League. Hopefully we'll probably win the Champions League by 2028. We've seen the best teams, yeah. But for St James's Park to be selected, not just shunned out, you know what I mean? Everton, their new stadium is going to be on there, and obviously the Wembleys of this world are obviously included in the Euro 2028. But it's nice that Newcastle and the North East is going to have the best European talents on the stage here at St James's. Will it be then a 65,000 stadium by then? I would say definitely, surely. It would have at least got an upgrade by then. This stand at least would have had another few thousand on it. The Gallagher as well, why not another few thousand on it? Get it up that 60, 65,000 mark. You know, that's what the Telegraph are saying. The same plans are getting materialised, and there's obviously nothing concrete yet, you know, but there is firm talks continuously happening behind the scenes here at St James's Park to make it a reality, to get things going. You know, they're in talks with architects. Darren Neal said that months ago on The Athletic. He said they're in talks, they're trying the best. They really want to make this happen, where they upgrade the stadium and they get more fans in there, more loyal support of the players, and like I said, more financial gain for the owners, which the best part about that, it gets invested back into the team. That's what we want to see. So hopefully those days will come, and I know there's that much demand. There's that many people that want a ticket these days for St James's that we would have no problem at all filling another 13,000 or so seats, 65,000. We could do that next week against Palace. If we said there's 65,000 tickets available, no worries at all, would we be able to fill that out, you know? It'd be easy. It'd be light work. You know, the demand is crazy at the minute, especially for these ballots for, you know, your European games. And I really hope we can get it done. I really hope these times are coming where, you know, it's exciting. It's exciting to see a new St James's Park in the sense of, you know, adding on to it. The ideal scenario is that we can upgrade it. We don't have to move to a new stadium. We can keep our history. We can keep our culture. We can keep this unbelievable location in the city centre, and we can just upgrade it a little bit. Give it a few nice fancy touches. Why not? Do you know what I mean? Upgrade it, new seats and all that. Do up the concourses a bit, like they have touched up bits and pieces here and there, and building a bigger and better St James's Park. Because, like I said, behind me, this stand, it's so old, man. Like, you see the work behind me there, and you look around the corner and you've got all the glass buildings and everything, and it's nice and all that, but it's nice to have a bit of a new touch on it. And I think the best thing about it is literally more fans can enjoy it. More fans can enjoy it. The team can improve off it. The team will be grateful for it, and they're going to only get better from it. And then, like I say, the club reap their rewards as well financially. So it's all happy days. It's all happening here at St James's Park. Let me know your thoughts on increasing the capacity to 65,000, being a host city at Euro 2028. How much are you missing the club football already? Yeah, it's only been a few days, but the international break, the snooze fest, is upon us, but it won't be long till next Saturday at home to Palace. Good old-fashioned 3 o'clock kick-off for a change as well, and then the schedule gets absolutely hectic after that. Dortmund come in the Champions League at St James's Park the following Wednesday. Then we've got trips to Old Trafford in the Carabao Cup, and then at the end of the month, and beyond that, you know, we've got our trips to Germany and Paris ourselves. So there's loads going on. Loads going on the channel as well. Loads of content coming your way as always. So do give this one a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Cheers for watching, people. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you on the next one.